Ladies and gentlemen, lacrosse fans of all ages, it is LISN's pleasure to present the NYSAIS Lacrosse Boys Varsity Championship game. As today we have for you the Hackley School Hornets taking on the Long Island Lutheran Crusaders live from Manhattanville College in Purchase, New York. Hackley comes in as the 3 seed, taking an upset over Trinity in the third game that they've played against them this season, finishing the season series 2-1. Hackley comes in 9-2 against teams that were present in this bracket, and they are one of 2 teams remaining, taking 3 victories against Poly Prep, 2 against Riverdale, and 2 against Fieldston School. Hackley is 15-4 on the season, boasting 2 5-game winning streaks throughout the middle of this year. Looking to be a tough opponent for the Crusaders. We'll see what their plan of attack is to contain LuHi's big gun, Matt Caputo, and the wide array of other scorers that they hold. This high-powered offense for the Crusaders has put up 20, 18, and 23 goals in their last 3 games as the Crusaders come in as the 1 seed, 12-7 this season. LuHi has won the only meeting this season between them and Hackley. They won 14-9 back on May 2nd. One of the 2 losses that Hackley suffered this season to teams that are present in the tournament. I talked to Coach Mike O'Reilly today before the game, and this is LuHi's first championship game appearance. They look to go 1-for-1 in appearances and trophies, and he said that they're looking to make up for the lost season that was 2020 due to COVID, where he believes they had one of their best teams that he's had in his 4 years here. The plan for LuHi today, they have to try to free up Matt Caputo, get him open looks. Hackley's going to try to come in, shut him down, keep him off the score sheet as much as possible. He was a big presence in their semifinal win over Rye, scoring 8 times in a 23-8 victory. Of course, as I mentioned before, is the championship game of the New York State Association of Independent Schools. You are watching Long Island Lutheran Crusaders Lacrosse on YouTube, sponsored by Harbor Seafood. If you'd like to eat Harbor Seafood, shop harborseafood.com. And we thank them for sponsoring us today at this championship game. Have just about 5 minutes left in warm-ups. We've had the captain's meeting. The referees are on the field. Teams having their last-minute preparation meetings. It is a beautiful day here at Manhattanville College. Sun is shining, not a cloud in the sky. It is a nice, comfortable 67 degrees with a little breeze blowing through. In net for the respective sides today, the Hackley Hornets will be sending out Mac Brodus, number 9, goaltender for Hackley. And for the Long Island Lutheran High School Crusaders, it's going to be their rock, their brick wall, their go-to, number 29, Rocco Sergio. The atmosphere is great, stands filled, music playing all over the place. Definitely the atmosphere you'd want in a championship game. Very high energy. We are very excited to bring you this game here in just a few minutes.
Association of Independent Schools Boys Lacrosse Championship game. Today's game is between the number 1 seed Long Island Lutheran and the number 3 seed Hackley School. And now for the introduction of our players for the Hackley School. Coached by head coach Chris Arnold, assistant coach Sean Francis. Number 1, Nate Peterson. Number 2, Cliff Chapman. Number 3, Captain John Esposito. Number 4, Zachary Berger. Number 5, Jason Berger. Number 6, Sam Rotenberg. Number 7, Captain Parker Diaz. Number 8, Captain Jack Meyer. Number 9, Mac Brodus. Number 10, Mac Wyman. Number 11, Lucas Caramonica. Number 14, Jeffrey Wang. Number 17, Vincent Crispy. Number 18, Diego Allen. Number 20, Captain David Koffler. Number 22, Jacob Wade. Number 23, Will Rayo. Number 24, James Goldman. Number 27, Jackson Faber. Number 28, Liam Abraham. Number 29, Remy Becker. Number 32, Will Mayer. Number 33, John Churchill. Number 34, Elliot Peterson. And number 42, Ryan Thompson. And now for our number 1 seeded team, the Long Island Lutheran Crusaders, coached by head coach Mike Riley, Matt DeMonico, and Quinn O'Reilly. Number 1, Bobby Barrera. Number 2, Danny Rooney. Number 3, Logan Barbarino. Number 4, John Vigiani. Number 5, Ryan Benasiski. Number 6, Charlie Caputo. Number 8, Michael Meyerhofer. Number 9, Jack McGuire. Number 10, Jimmy Rather. Number 11, Ethan Bramoff. Number 12, Captain Sam Stewart. Number 13, Captain Matthew Caputo. Number 14, Jack Monanago. Number 15, Caleb Mann. Number 16, Isaac Contreras. Number 19, George Favreros. Number 22, Ryan Crudis. Number 23, Captain Will Santella. Number 26, Will O'Toole. Number 29, Captain Rocco Sergio. Number 31, Justice Bunch Grimberly. Number 32, Dre Arias. Number 33, Nick Lindbergh. Number 34, Ethan Estenville. Number 36, Josu Cruz. And number 39, Ethan Linson. Today's game will be officiated by Tony Ferranti, Tom Holland, Jim Martin, and Matt Powers. The NYSAIS Athletic Association promotes standards of fair play and ethical behavior. We encourage all student athletes, coaches, parents, and spectators to support teams and game personnel in a positive manner at all times. We ask that all spectators show support for everyone involved in the athletic competition by cheering for your respective teams in a positive manner. Each school is being represented by an official school representative. For Hackley, it is Fran Stanek. Would you please raise your hat? And for Long Island Lutheran, it's their AD, Todd Huger. At this time, we ask for a moment of silence for the lives lost yesterday and that terrible tragedy in Texas. Please remove your hats and stand for the national anthem.
We thank our public address announcer for the great introductions and the playing of our national anthem as we are just about set to get underway here at Manhattanville College on the LI Sports Network. As the teams are taking the field, folks, I'd like to remind you that we are so proud to be sponsored by Harbor Seafood as they present LuHi Boys Lacrosse on the LI Sports Network. If you would like to visit Harbor Seafood and possibly buy some of their great products, please visit shopharborseafood.com today. Pan from a shot of Coach Mike O'Reilly in his 4th season for the Crusaders, leading them to their first championship appearance. Over to the referees, going over some last-minute guidelines. Players lining the center circle. We're about set to get underway. Goalies touch up, head off to their respective nets. And it is championship game time. Ref blows his whistle, and we are underway. Jack Montagano winning the opening faceoff of this championship game, immediately finding Charlie Caputo in the offensive zone. He sends down to Danny Rooney, and LuHi is on the attack. Ryan Crudis and Sam Stewart join the fray. He swings over to Matt Caputo. Had a big game back on Monday in the semifinals, netting 8 goals to propel LuHi into this championship spot. Here is Caputo down low on the right side, swings over to Rooney. Caputo and Sam Stewart. Banasiski and Crudis clogging the middle. Stewart cutting, shooting. Bounce shot goes wide. Might have gotten a piece of Brodus. Danny Rooney in the area. Possession's going to remain with the Crusaders. Ref winds the restart. Rooney to Stewart. Stewart gets a good look right in front, and Brodus is able to pick up another his first save, netting that ball and wandering out of his net. Brodus able to get a pass sent on its way. Captain number 20, David Koffler, for this Hackley Hornets squad. He stands and waits in the offensive zone. Hornets awaiting changes. Onto the field comes number 42, Ryan Thompson. He's flipped the ball by Koffler. And they look to get the offense going for the Hornets here early. Koffler and Crutis square up. Santella comes over to help. Ball swung around. LuHi strong on the defensive prowl, meeting their man. Bramoff tries to get a jab in. Captain John Esposito now possesses the ball. He swings around right side. Esposito trying to swing around Santella. Santella stick on him, denies, gets some help from Will O'Toole. He goes sprawling to the ground as the ball is swung back around. Parker Diaz looked for a shot as there's one that goes wide through the crease of Rocco Sergio. Ball will remain with Hackley. An offensive trip that did not result in a goal. It was a rare occurrence for LuHi, if they even had any on Monday. Something rare to see. See if they can pick up a defensive stop here and get the ball back on the right side of the field for them. As here's Diaz trying to drive past Stewart. He was cut off and forced to retreat. Esposito, ball pops up into the air, rolls towards the end line, tries to be swept by Robbie Barrera, deemed the last touch by him goes out of bounds, and it'll remain with the Hornets. Big stick there from Will Santella, senior defenseman, soon to be off to Palm Beach Atlantic University, and he forces the turnover for the Crusaders. They get that stop, and here comes Ryan Crutis trying to break around Cliff Chapman. Couple stick whacks. Crutis is able to possess, and Michael Riley's going to take a quick timeout to gather his team and possibly set up an offensive strategy after the big turnover there for the Crusaders. 2 defensive stops, something we didn't see a lot of on Monday, is how this game starts. 0-0 with 3 minutes passed. As the sun shines down on this beautiful lacrosse, soccer, and sports complex here at Manhattanville College. So you're about ready to get set out of this timeout. I want to say one last big thank you to Dennis Scannell for joining us on Monday and providing color commentary for what was a great game by the LuHi Crusaders. Did a great job in his debut, did Dennis. Always be happy to have him back here on the LI Sports Network. As we get the restart, Sam Stewart starts with Nick Lindbergh and Danny Rooney swinging the ball. Ball gets knocked out of Lindbergh's stick, and here come the Hornets the other way. It's Mac Wyman sprinting into the zone, looking for a pass. Good stick there by Robbie Barrera. He's now in pursuit of the ball towards the corner, looking to scoop it up. Does. He's chased there by number 24, James Goldman for the Hornets. Forced out. It's going to be sent back over to the Hornets. Here come the Hornets trying to set it up. David Koffler. Down to Chapman. Goldman. Getting the ball cycled. It's Thompson. Back to Koffler. He squares up with Josue Cruz. An entry attempt there. Gets denied. Ball pops out. Remains with the Hornets. Shot from Thompson, saved by Sergio. Big stop early. Diving attempt there by the Hornets. Big hustle play, but he could not get there before the Crusaders did. Lots of big effort shown in these first 4.5 minutes by both sides, showing they desperately wanted it. Here comes Cruz off the restart, evading stick checks. Hounded. There's another turnover almost forced by Mac Wyman. His long pole getting in the way of Cruz's attempted pass. Matt Caputo now trying to direct traffic. He's trying to swing around Vincent Crispy. Can't do so. Looks for the bounce pass. Evades both teammates in the area and ends up in the stick of Mac Brodus. He's able to get the offense going. As here's an almost turnover. Danny Rooney open net shoots. Scores! Crusaders on the board first. It's Danny Rooney off the turnover. 1-0 LuHi. What a way to start it. The sideline exploding to my left as Danny Rooney comes up huge with an active stick, active feet, and it pays off. Face off there. Given to LuHi. Matt Caputo takes it. He walks in, shoots. Blocked shot there by Crispy off his helmet. Rooney lets it bounce, is able to pick it up. Ball hung in the air for a couple seconds. People didn't know where it was. But LuHi is able to retain possession. They're back on the attack. Looking to go up 2-0 early here. We approach halfway in this first quarter. Here's Caputo with Crispy on him. Low pass, in front, shot, score! Ryan Banasiski, low angle, finds the back of the net. It is 2-0. Caputo able to recover there, gets a low, tricky pass, and Banasiski right in front makes no mistake about it. Crusaders off and running, looking to take a strong hold on this game early. Jack Montagano, third face-off victory. Slashing attempt by the Hornets comes up successful as they're able to strip it from Montagano. And here they come into the zone. It's number 33, John Churchill. Churchill down over to Goldman. They play catch on the left side. It's David Koffler settling it down. Waiting to get the personnel that he wants on the field. Matt Caputo comes off hard. On comes John Vigiani in that change, looking to get the defenseman on that LuHi wants. Ethan Bramov not giving Koffler much space, forcing him out high. Koffler over to fellow captain Parker Diaz. Diaz looks, sees nothing. Sees an imposing figure, number 1, Robbie Barrera. Barrera coming up with a big goal last game on a breakaway right off the faceoff, really setting the tone early in that game. A goal at a crucial time. And it really opened up the floodgates for the Crusaders to cruise to a victory. Ryan Crudis checking hard, able to get the ball forced out of Ryan Thompson's stick. He swings it over to John Esposito, another captain on this Hornets team. Esposito looking to make something happen, looking to get around Vigiani. He's cut off with help from Will Santella. Up top, it's Thompson. Bramov denies him there. He thinks better and swings wide. There's an errant pass, ball rolling. It's a race between Koffler and Bramov. Bramov able to kick it, swing it out, and it's going to remain with the Hornets as it rolls out of bounds. Koffler scooping it up, Referee giving position. Blows his whistle, making sure everyone was set, and we're back underway. LuHi defense working hard to try to deny the Hornets here and retain this 2-goal lead. Here's a pass over for Thompson, looking in the middle, shot, score! It's David Koffler on the board first for the Hornets, able to pick up that ball and let one rip. Thompson coming over. Pass was intended, I think, for somebody else. And Koffler was able to inadvertently pick it up, and that might have head faked out Rocco Sergio, as he was not prepared for that shot to come flying out of Koffler's stick. Nonetheless, it's 2-1. We have 4 minutes to play in this first quarter, and Jack Montagano has won another faceoff. Like clockwork, he wins that faceoff, gets it into the stick of Danny Rooney, sprints off the field, gets a change, and some handshakes from his teammates on the sidelines on a job well done. Matt Caputo with a swim move. He's now squared up with Mac Wyman. He shoots, save there from Brodus. Charlie Caputo on the hunt. Trying to retrieve the ball. There's a high pass, intercepted by Nick Lindberg. He steps out of bounds, unfortunately, and it's going to be a turnover to the Hackley Hornets. Hornets start up into the offensive zone. Diaz in a rush, trying to catch LuHi unsettled. Koffler to Diaz. Over to Jason Berger. Some confusion on the sideline, and here come the Hornets looking to try to catch the Crusaders in the change. Couldn't do so successfully. Tried to get a shot. Ball was thrown behind the net. Able to pick it up again was the Hornets. Here's a pass from Thompson to Koffler over to Diaz. Diaz spins, almost loses his balance, runs into a hard shoulder from Ethan Bramoff. Retains possession. He sends it behind the net for Esposito. Esposito swinging away from O'Toole. Back over, shot saved by Rocco Sergio. Out of the stick of Parker Diaz. He sends a rolling pass for Ethan Bramoff, and he's into the zone. It's Caputo to Rooney off to the side in transition. He shoots and sends wide. Might have gotten a piece of Brodus, but a good look there for the Crusaders. Comes up unsuccessful. Crusaders get the restart. Rooney to Lindberg. Stuart Caputo, Caputo on the perimeter. Banasiski clears out the middle now. Stewart gives, cuts, sets a pick for Lindberg. Lindberg looking, nothing there. He's stick checked by Churchill. Caputo lets one fire, hits his second helmet. Crusaders in the zone. A hustle play there from goaltender Mac Brodus trying to get in on the action and get the ball back to his squad. But Rooney was closer. Here comes Stewart. A 1-goal lead now for the Crusaders, looking to get it back to 2. And try to possibly beat Brodus one more time. Stewart, give and go with Lindberg, couldn't connect cleanly. Ground ball. It's picked up by Churchill. Churchill sends a pass behind Berger. He's able to collect it. And the Hornets are looking to get set up in the offensive zone. Changes early here. Koffler, stutter steps, fakes the pass, then delivers. We are under a minute here in the first quarter. Spin move there from Chapman wasn't anything there, as there's an errant pass sent back out to the midline. Helped there by defenseman Jack Meyer. Hornets back into the zone. It's Koffler trying to drive. around Santella. Looked for a pass in front. Open look there for John Esposito. Couldn't catch it cleanly as players go sprawling to the sidelines, and Robbie Barrera is going to draw a flag on a hit. Esposito was going down. Barrera was trying to oppose him on the sideline. Chapman went down. Barrera still hit him, and the ref deemed that to be too much. Hornets going to go up a man here. Got 28 seconds left to go in this quarter. They're looking to knot up the game. Get back to even for the first time since we faced off of this championship game. Ref blows his whistle. We're underway on the man up. Hornets looking to possibly hold for one last shot or possibly just be content going down one into the next quarter. Gonna have some man up time, about 20 seconds. Not gonna take a timeout. They're gonna instead look to take this quarter as their intermission as their timeout, draw up a game plan and try to even the score on the man up. 3 goals in that first quarter. That's something that we didn't see a lot of in the first game. I believe it was 5-4 in the first quarter of the last game. And that ended with LuHi pulling away. Big goals there from multiple players. In that quarter, LuHi outshot Hackley 5-4. Good back and forth action. Big saves by both goaltenders on both sides. And we'll see what adjustments or direction can be given from both coaches here to both their teams to try to increase the odds of bringing home this championship. As we get ready to start the second quarter, I'd like to remind you that LuHi Boys Lacrosse on the LI Sports Network is brought to you by Harbor Seafood. If you'd like to eat some great seafood from Harbor Seafood, please visit shopharborseafood.com and enjoy. "30 seconds of man up for the Hornets here. See what they drew up in the intermission as they're about ready to start the second quarter of play. Referee blows his whistle, and here we go one more time. Hornets start their swing, looking to get some movement. It's Koffler swinging down. There's a shot and a score! Number 3, John Esposito nips the top corner of the net on the man advantage, and we are knotted up at 2. Hornets got that ball swinging across the top. Find a good look there for Esposito, wide open side of the net, and he's able to beat Sergio far side. A little bit of an opposite strategy as to what we saw in the previous game, where Rye took a lot of bounce shots, a lot of low shots against Sergio. It's one of the first and few high shots we've seen beat him in this playoff tournament so far, where he's been nothing short of spectacular. Montagano wins a faceoff back, tries to quickly get a pass to Caputo. It comes in and out of his stick, winds up in the stick of number 10, Mac Wyman for the Hornets on the turnover. And as they possess the ball in the Crusaders zone, Hackley's coach wants to take a timeout and get them reset. Head coach for the Hackley Hornets, Chris Arnold, calling that timeout. Wanting to get his team as prepared as possible for this crucial early possession. As you see, the shots are now evened up 5-5, as is the score 2-2. Just 30 seconds into the second quarter. We get the restart. We've seen 4 goals and 4 different goal scorers so far. One goal scorer we haven't seen from the LuHi Crusaders is that of Matt Caputo. He's gotten a couple shots off, but the Hornets are not afraid to sacrifice their bodies, giving it up, getting in those shooting lanes. And they were able to deter some shots. As there's a pass from Koffler, almost winds up wild on the ground past Esposito. But he's able to recover and get the attack going. He's taking some stick checks from John Vigiani. Gets a pass in front. There's a shot and a score. And the Hornets now have a lead off the goal from Cliff Chapman. 5th goal, 5th different goal scorer in this game. Esposito winding around the net, able to get Sergio turned around, quickly finds Chapman there. And he lets one rip high again. Bar down. One good thing for LuHi, though they're down, they have a surefire thing in the face-off circle, and Jack Montagano, he wins yet another, and the Crusaders are set up in the offensive zone. Ryan Crudis waits, looks for an option. Sam Stewart's up high. He's got Matt Caputo open on the far side. Caputo walks in, head fakes, goes left. Met there by 2 men, sends a high errant pass. Lofted into the netting behind the goal. And a turnover to the Hornets here. High pass there, intercepted by Caputo. Turnover for turnover. Caputo streaking into the zone. Drops back for Charlie Capiabato. They'll decide to settle it down instead of playing in a rush and wait for the offensive attackers that they want. Get a shout of the play call from the LuHi sideline as Banasiski sends over for Stewart to Capiabato. Stewart to Caputo. Over to Rooney. Capiabato thinks about a pass, but decides to swing back where it came from. Here's Caputo shooting. It's off the side of the net. Got a rise out of the crowd thinking their elite goal scorer had found the back of the net, but there's another interception by Charlie Capiabato. He finds Caputo looking for Rooney cutting across the middle, but through traffic could not connect with him cleanly. Great look there from Matt Caputo, one of the best that he's had so far today. The net rippled. The fans thought they had what was a tied game, but the Hornets can take a sigh of relief. They still lead 3-2. 9 minutes to go in the second quarter. Churchill, Diaz, Koffler. Churchill comes off, going for a change. Koffler swings up top to Diaz. The two captains trying to pace this offense as there's Will Santella hounding Diaz, not allowing him any space. Throws a check on the pass by for James Goldman, and a flag's gonna go for that. Delayed man up here for the Hornets. As Santella touches, ref's gonna blow his whistle and we'll get the call. It's gonna be a minute man up for the Hornets here as Will Santella is taking a slash penalty. Hornets able to convert on their last man up. Let's see if they can do it again, or if the Crusaders can stand tall and keep this a one-goal game early. It's been 3 unanswered goals so far for the Hornets. Crusaders going to need this big stop right here to try to swing the momentum back in their favor. Down a man. Here's a pass below the net. Hornets trying to work it, close in slowly. Traffic through the middle. Stick chance there by Robbie Barrera. There's a shot that goes wide. Ball remains with Hackley. Jimmy Rather checks in for the defensive possession here for LuHi. Thompson, big imposing figure possessing the ball up top. Plays catch with his teammates. Running a triangle passing system, looking for some movement. Thompson over. Koffler lets one rip. Kick save by Sergio. Ball pops up in the air. And it's Ethan Bramoff scooping it up off the check of John Esposito. Bramoff streaking. Penalty expires. We're at even strength. And Matt Caputo sends over for Charlie Caputo as the Crusaders get that big stop and keep this a one-goal game, now looking to even it. A big momentum shifter there. Let's see if the Crusaders can take advantage of this. Anytime down a man, able to keep the offense from scoring and keep the game where it is, and then get an offensive possession set up is a big point in the game. Star that one. Crusaders looking for any opening in this Hackley defense. Have not been able to crack it since early in the first quarter. Here's Caputo, deking to the middle, shoots, knocked down in front, rebound shot, scores! We're tied again! It's Michael Meyerhofer on the scoreboard! Big chance in front as it's not a goal from Matt Caputo, but he still has a big hand in it. As young midfielder Michael Meyerhofer comes up with a big goal in a big game. We're once again tied at 3, just over halfway through this second quarter. Face-off circle again. Jack Montagano. He's been perfect on face-offs today, folks. 7 for 7. Brilliant work from the young man. He hops off. Michael Meyerhofer comes back on, getting some more run from Coach Michael Riley as he comes up, sniffing out that big goal in front on the last possession. We hit the halfway point in the second quarter. Rooney up to Caputo, over to Ryan Crudis. Crudis to Caputo. He sees some daylight, but it's quickly closed off. Here's Crudis, deking, running, passing, looking for the shot. Decided to find Caputo instead. He swings up to Caputo, over to Meyerhofer, fakes the pass. Caputo in close space, tries to get some separation. Banasiski, over to Crudis. Crudis lets one rip. Shot goes high and wide. Rooney back there, able to retain possession. He gets the reset. The Crusaders are back on the attack. It's Crudis. Banasiski, Caputo. Caputo over to Crudis. Shot was blocked. Rooney smartly lets it roll out of bounds. If he touched it, it would have been a turnover, but since it was a shot that got blocked, it's going to remain with the Crusaders. Here is Rooney. Over to Crudis, up to Caputo at the top. Caputo looking to create some space for himself and get a look at the goal. It's been a tough go for him so far, something we haven't seen a lot of. The Hornets doing a good job of trying to shut him down. Caputo to Crudis, over to Caputo. Banasiski. Fakes right, goes left. Ball being swung around at the top. Though he hasn't found the back of the net yet, Matt Caputo does have 2 assists. Still making an impact on the score sheet as there was a look in front. Might have gotten a stick check on the shot of Michael Meyerhofer. The ref's going to rule Hornets ball here. Close play there. Hornets able to come out on top. Past 4.5 minutes to go in the quarter. It's Brodus wandering all the way up to midfield. My goodness, he is a long way from his net. Already allowed one empty net goal. Here's a whistle. Timeout. Chris Arnold of the Hackley Hornets, and he's hot. Certainly not happy with something that went on as the Hornets were trying to move that possession up into the Crusaders' zone. Nonetheless, he'll get the timeout that he requests, and he'll be able to tell his team whatever he wishes and get them reset for this next possession. 4 minutes left. We get a look there at Matt Caputo. Like I mentioned before, he has 2 assists in this game. Still has not found the back of the net. But with a goal scorer of his capabilities, someone that is soon to be off to such a big school like Ohio State, it's hard to contain him for so long. It is only a matter of time. Big players show up in big moments, and he certainly is a big player. Here come the Hornets, though, on the attack. Crusaders looking to keep this an even game. Is this a good stick by Ethan Bramoff, denying that pass from James Goldman? Unable to collect the ground ball, Hornets retain. Diaz, Thompson, down low, open look for Esposito. He spins out as he's double teamed. Crusaders scrambling. They're able to recollect. Hornets have a man open down low. There's a shot off of Rocco Sergio. Big save there for the Crusader goaltender. Possession's going to remain with the Hornets. 3:30 to go in this quarter. Comes Diaz to Esposito. Captains play catch. Thompson anchoring the top. Shot there from Esposito. Net saved by Rocco Sergio. Big change of possession there for the Crusaders, able to keep this tied. But John Vigiani loses the ball. It's turned over to the Hornets. Here they come in a hurry. It's Chapman in front. Good stick there by Robbie Barrera, and it's ruled a LuHi ball. Barrera got his stick in there, denied the shot. And the Crusaders are still tied in this game, just under 3 minutes to go. The defenseman came up big offensively last game, coming up big a couple times here defensively, playing the position he's supposed to. Here he comes again, streaking into the zone. But Mike O'Reilly's going to get a timeout as Chris Arnold is pleading with the referees to get an offsides call. He then understands that Mike O'Reilly was asking for a timeout and jokingly apologizes to the referees with a smile, saying that he did not realize. Shots on goal this quarter have taken a turn. It's 5-3 in favor of Hackley. We saw it 5-4 in favor of LuHi in the first. But nonetheless, scores even 3-3. Is out of that timeout. Coach Michael Riley was very happy with his defense and very active and animated, trying to direct his players and get them to be where they want to be and try to get into halftime with what could be at least a 1-goal lead. Out of the timeout, it's Crusaders in the offensive zone. Ball was driven there by Robbie Barreras. Here's Sam Stewart. Ball knocked out of his stick, trying to collect the ground ball. It's taken away by John Churchill. 4th turnover for LuHi this quarter. They have been able to recover, though, and not allowed to turn into anything too bad. As there's a bounce shot, shot down in front by Sergio. Big save for the goaltender. Unimpeded, wide open shot for the Hornets. Comes out fruitless, and here goes Ryan Krudis into the offensive zone. Accelerating around Hornets, trying to find space. Able to loft a bounce pass back to Matt Caputo. He'll settle it down. What a big save there for the senior goaltender of the Crusaders to deny the Hornets in front. There's a shot from Caputo that lasers wide of the net to the back netting. Possession to remain with LuHi. Ryan Banasiski up to Nick Lindberg. Lindberg drives hard. Thinks about a shot. Finds Rooney down low instead. Caputo. Banasiski. Caputo. Cruz and Lindberg lurking in the middle. Looking to create confusion. Screens. Banasiski spinning away from stick checks. Trying to drive through. We pass a minute here in the second quarter. Danny Rooney spins away, throws a bounce pass, rolling towards the sideline. Is Banasiski going to be able to catch up to it? He does and stays in bounds. He's able to set it up for Lindberg. Matt Caputo takes a whack to the head. Able to work through it, finds Caputo in front. Oh, and the shot goes high and wide. Tough look there for the 8th grader, Charlie Caputo in front. But the Crusaders had 2 men back. Nick Lindberg loses the ball there, and here comes Parker Diaz the other way off the 5th turnover of the quarter for the Crusaders. Hounded by stick checks, able to throw a pass over there to Chapman. He's hounded by Santella. Ball forced on the ground, but we're going to get a referee's whistle, and there's going to be an infraction on Santella that's going to keep the ball with the Hornets. Santella frustrated, thought that he had the ball and a crucial turnover with just 13 seconds left in this second quarter. Instead, it's going to be Koffler shooting on the bounce, knocked down by Sergio. And Rocco Sergio, with the hustle after the save and 7 seconds left, is able to get the ball to his team. What a last couple minutes for the LuHi goaltender. Long pass by Robbie Barrera, finds almost Matt Caputo on the bounce as time expires. LuHi looking for one last Hail Mary chance, and after 24 minutes of play, we go into halftime 3-3 shots, 11-8 in favor of Hackley. Before we step aside for halftime, I want to take a second to thank our sponsor once again for presenting LuHi Boys Lacrosse on the LI Sports Network. It is Harbor Seafood. Folks, if you'd like to shop Harbor Seafood, please visit shopharborseafood.com for all their amazing selections, and please enjoy. A strong half there from both sides. Lots of defensive stops, something that we didn't see a lot of in the past 2-3 games for the Crusaders. They came up with crucial stops, crucial saves, but they had an unimpeded, relentless offense, scoring 23, 18, 20 in their last 3 games respectively. Michael Riley and his coaching staff are going to have to game plan in this half and try to come up with something to free up some goal scorers. They've yet to see goals from big scorers like Matt Caputo, Sam Stewart, Charlie Caputo. So let's see what they come up with out of the half, and if they can draw up some plays to get them some space and some good looks on net possibly find the back of the nylon and try to take control of this game in the last 24 minutes. We have about 9 minutes left in the intermission of halftime. When the teams are ready to take the field to start the last half of this championship game, we will be ready to bring it to you on the LI Sports Network. About a minute and a half left in the halftime intermission. Getting a look there at goaltender Rocco Sergio. He's come up with a lot of big saves so far to help keep this game knotted at 3 for the Crusaders. Getting some love from his head coach, Mike O'Reilly. He's played a crucial part for this Crusaders team all season, only allowing 12 goals in 3 games so far in this playoff tournament. A big part of why LuHi is in the position they're in, playing for this championship with 24 minutes left to decide who's going to come out with the trophy. We saw 0 repeat goal scorers in the first half. We'll see if somebody can claim their first multi-goal score of the game. For LuHi, it was Danny Rooney opening on a turnover, followed by Ryan Banasiski on a front doorstep goal. And then Michael Meyerhofer cleaning up a rebound in front. And that is where we now sit, 3-3. Teams break the huddle to come out of the half. Mike O'Reilly looking to deliver the LuHi boys lacrosse team their first championship in his 4th year as their head coach. And we'll see if these last 24 minutes can deliver them a championship that they have so long waited for and worked so very hard to accomplish. Jack Montagano winning another faceoff, opening the 3rd quarter, 2nd half, the way that he does pretty much every time he steps in that circle. Ball's placed into the stick of Matt Caputo. He directs some traffic and gives the fellow captain Sam Stewart. Stewart, sophomore on this squad. A laser of a shot. He's looking to get on the board here. Here comes Ryan Banasiski looking for Caputo in the middle. They couldn't connect cleanly. Ball's steered back towards goaltender Mac Brodus, and he sends the Hornets up on their way. Matt Caputo throws a stick check that sends his stick flying. John Churchill was unfazed as he prances into the offensive zone. On comes Jose Cruz, senior defenseman for this LuHi squad. He'll be off to SUNY Cortland in the fall, looking to further his lacrosse career. O'Toole on the ball. LuHi defense looking to come up with yet another stop. They came up with a couple big ones, especially one on a man-down chance where the Hornets could really have taken control of this game, swung the momentum, and were able to tie it off that turnover. Here's Thompson on a bounce. Ball's loose. Lots of time for James Goldman to collect it. LuHi defense standing put, standing firm. Diaz and Koffler playing catch over there. They then decide to include Thompson on the near side. Thompson driving, big figure. Met there by a stick of Will Santella. Will O'Toole denies. Here comes Santella hounding, forcing a ground ball. It's loose. Rocco Sergio able to pick it up in his crease. And here's a bomb pass for Ethan Bramoff. It misses him low on the bounce. Couldn't be scooped up by the Hornets, but then it is collected on the back check by David Koffler. And he sends up for fellow captain Parker Diaz. A good chance there to get LuHi in transition. Pass was just a little low out of the stick of Sergio. Couldn't find Bramoff totally cleanly, and the Hornets take advantage of yet another turnover. Low pass there. Dropped by Esposito. O'Toole hounding him. There's an errant pass. Stick battle for it. Deflected back at midfield, but it's scooped up there by Vigiani. LuHi has numbers if they hurry. Caputo down for Rooney. Rooney in front. Oh, it's shut down by Brodus. Rooney with an open look in front. Couldn't put it home, and the Hornets are sent the other way. Diaz shoots. It's tipped. A sprint for the sideline. And the Hornets are going to remain with the ball. Mac Brodus matching Rocco Sergio save for save, stop for stop. These goaltenders have had their way here in this game. Big impacts all around from big players. Here come the Hornets. David Koffler has a goal. He swings in front. There's a shot and a score. A flag goes flying after the play, so it's going to be a 4-3 Hornets lead, and they're going to go up on the man advantage. As David Koffler swung it down low, and on the back jump shot, it's number 3, John Esposito. There is our first repeat goal scorer. John Esposito now has the game high 2 goals, giving the Hackley Hornets a 4-3 lead. We have 8:20 to go in the third quarter. And Cruz is going to be sent to the box for a body check. It'll be a minute of man advantage. Ryan Thompson is handed the ball by the referee, and off we go. Man up for the Hornets. Swinging the ball around, looking to get this to a 2-goal lead. LuHi defense looking to come up with another stop. Here's a pass thrown rolling to the sideline, and there's the turnover that the Crusaders were looking for one more time. It's been a story of turnovers, and who can capitalize off of them so far today? Vigiani given the ball, looking to try to kill some time. Hounded there by 2 Hornets. Here's a transition chance. Shot, back check there by Will Santella, I believe. Denying an open look in front on Rocco Sergio. Barrera was also in the area. They got their sticks on it. Ball back to LuHi. Relentless defense from both sides. Will O'Toole has the stick knocked out of his hand. Sticks are going flying everywhere. My goodness. Looks like a tree got cut down with all these sticks everywhere. Here's John Churchill as play settled down. We're back to even strength. Hornets have a 1-goal lead. They make changes. Send it over to Captain David Koffler. Looks to get the offense set up. Here's a head fake from Koffler. Running left, hands to Thompson. They play catch at the top. Bramoff and Crutis staring him down. Trying to remain at a 1-goal deficit. Santella shifts. O'Toole, pass in front. Rolls to the midline. Will it reach? It sends over the midline. We're going to get a back and over, and it's going to go to LuHi on a turnover. Here comes Crutis. Bramoff sprinting off. Crutis trying to catch the Hornets in disarray. Could not do so. Here's Caputo driving hard to the net. Matt Caputo, tomahawk bounce shot. Would not go. Caputo able to save it before rolled out of bounds. He finds Meyerhofer. Hornets trapped behind the net. Trying to chase the ball. Sam Stewart stick fakes. Stewart now drives. Same angle that Caputo took. Sees nothing. He finds Caputo on the back of the net. He tries to change direction, but he's opposed and not allowed any further. Mac Wyman shutting him down. Pass sent back up for Crutis. He's able to work through stick checks, throws a shoulder, gets a bounce shot off, and it's shut down by Brodus. Long pass sends Parker Diaz on his way. Robbie Barrera goes stumbling to the ground. John Esposito gets around him, sends a pass over for David Koffler. Crucial time for a crucial stop for this LuHi defense. They're going to need it. They need to get an offensive possession set up, try to get some quality shots on net, something they have not had yet this quarter. Here's Koffler. Chapman. Jimmy Rather all over Koffler. Santella not allowing for any breathing room. Chapman gets around Cruz, swings up for Koffler. LuHi trying to switch. Here's a shot and a score from Koffler. The captain finds the back of the net, and he's all fired up with a 2-goal lead for the Hornets. Big goal there for Hackley, their first 2-goal lead of the game. And with 4:30 to go, LuHi's finding themselves in a hole. Jack Montagano able to scoop up another face-off. Will Rao trying to catch him there, take the ball away. Must be very frustrating. You can't win a single face-off. Montagano has won every single face-off, folks. He's truly unbelievable. The Crusaders get a much-needed offensive setup. Here they come, looking to get this back to a 1-goal game. We approach 4 minutes to go in the quarter. It's Caputo, down for Rooney. Rooney, looking, has Caputo. Caputo to Banasiski. Sam Stewart, looking to get a shot off. He slices through a couple men, gets a look on the net, off the side. Might have gotten another piece of Brodus. He comes up big one more time for this Hornets squad. Here's Stewart. Rolling pass for Rooney. He corrals, spins in the corner. We're past 3.5. Rooney loses the ball. Another big turnover for the Hornets. They're able to get the ball back to Brodus. He's drifting up. Swings it over for Vincent Crispy. Crispy looking for an option. Throws a pass over the middle. He's got Churchill. Churchill trying to get around Bramoff. Able to step in the box. Get the offense set up. Here come the Hornets, driving, shooting, high over. It remains with Hackley. Here comes Hackley on the attack again. A drive, a shot, a bounce goes high over the head of Chapman. Esposito's shot could not find the back of the net. Hornets keep possession with 2:40 to go. Chapman to Esposito. Ball being moved by Hackley. Diaz corrals that pass. Thompson now on the left side with Koffler. Close proximity. A little drop pass. Hornets looking to take a commanding 3-goal lead. Just 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Koffler, Diaz in the middle. Jump shot, shut down, second chance, saved by Sergio. Big stop for the Crusaders. confusion. Pass, couldn't find Robbie Barrera successfully. Turnover, ground ball. Here come the Hornets in transition. Right in front, shut down by the swarming Crusader defense. Another chance, behind the back, bounce shot goes wide. Rolling wide, Rocco Sergio's out of his net. Empty net as Sergio sprints back. There's a ground ball. It's Ryan Crudis working through slashes, able to corral that crucial loose ball. Minute and a half to go. Here comes the offense. Ethan Bramoff driving to the net. Bramoff down to Banasiski, over to Rooney. Caputo gets onto the field. Here's a pass up to him. Bramoff now comes off. Nick Lindberg waits. Bramoff indecisive. Here's Lindberg with Banasiski working. Rooney below the net. Under a minute to go. Here's Caputo. They're looking to get it back to a one-goal game. Nick Lindberg. Banasiski. Caputo. Caputo shoots. Blocked. Rooney corrals. Sets up Lindberg. Lindberg shoots. Shut down by Brodus. Mac Brodus has been nothing short of a brick wall for the Hackley Hornets. Not allowing anything past him for the Crusaders. Crucial stop there, 20 seconds. Here comes Hackley, drive to the net, shot goes high, rebound, chance, shoots, scores! Cliff Chapman on the broken shot finds the open net, and it's 6-3 Hornets. The Hornets have come out hot here in this third quarter. They've scored 3 unanswered. And with the help of goaltender Mac Brodus, they've taken what's looking like a steel-clamped 3-goal lead with 13 seconds to go in this third quarter. Jack Montagano wins another. 10 seconds to go. Hurry to Caputo, down to Rooney, looking for one last second chance. 5 seconds, Rooney in front, there's a shot from Caputo that goes wide. Just over 1 second to go. The Hornets were in the area though, they're gonna take over. And with this restart, they're gonna be content to go into intermission. Up 3 goals and a commanding lead in this NYSAIS championship game. 12 minutes to go to decide a winner. The Crusaders are gonna have to come up with something and try to get their way back into this game, unable to find the back of the net in that third quarter. A big 12 minutes for Hackley there. They now lead shots 15-12. With that stoppage in play, folks, just before we get these last 12 minutes brought to you to decide the winner of this great championship game, we'd like to take a chance to thank our sponsor of the Long Island Lutheran High School boys lacrosse team on the LI Sports Network, Harbor Seafood. Thank you, Harbor Seafood, for sponsoring this game. And if you would like to shop at Harbor Seafood, you can visit shopharborseafood.com for anything that you may want and your seafood needs, and we hope that you enjoy. Two teams, 1 quarter, 12 minutes, and only one can emerge victorious. The Crusaders looking to pull off a comeback, trying to start it with yet another face-off win by Jack Montagano. Ground ball scooped up by Hackley. And not the start you want if you're the LuHi Crusaders. John Churchill sends over to Koffler. Koffler opposed by Bramoff. Bramoff working. Koffler escaping. A little help there from Robbie Barreras springing out. Diaz backs up. Sam Stewart goes to task. Diaz gets around Stewart. There's a shot and a score! From a long way out, Parker Diaz nets one, and it is 7-3 Hornets. Diaz able to put a move or two on, and maybe not a shot that Sergio was expecting from all the way out top. The Hornets now have a very strong hold, 4-goal lead. The Hackley fans in full force, all fired up. Jack Montagano takes this face-off forward, has Caputo. Caputo shoots and scores! Immediate response from the Crusaders. It's back to a 3-goal game. Not even 10 seconds elapsed, and Charlie Caputo finds the back of the net. Great transition play set up by the face-off win of Jack Montagano. And the Crusaders say, not so fast. We have something to say. Montagano springs the ball up in the air, gets spun around. Hackley able to collect it, scrum for the ball, turned over to the Crusaders. Ryan Banasiski able to step around, get into the box, set the clock. The offense gets on. Here comes Crudis and Lindbergh. Caputo has the ball. Caputo to Crudis. Crudis looking to drive. Crudis shoots, scores! Ryan Crudis, it's a 2-goal game, 10.5 to play. What a response from the Crusaders trying to close this gap. Getting goals from everywhere. And that is a crucial 2-goal swing there by LuHi, as Ryan Crudis would not be denied on the drive. 7-5. The sun sets here at Manhattanville College. So is the sun setting on this game. But folks, we are far from over. Montagano wins another face-off, able to corral a loose ball in chaos. Get it back to Sergio, and he sends O'Toole on his way. O'Toole up to Caputo. Matt Caputo walks in, shoots. Oh, it bounces wide. Matt Caputo in hot, heavy transition, trying to play with a lot of speed. Just sent it wide as here's Ryan Banasiski on the restart. Ryan Crudis driving again, trying to take that same lane. Here's Crudis. Down to Rooney. Rooney to Caputo. Here's Caputo. Has a man fall down. Rooney from behind the net. Lindbergh in front. Jump shoot. Scores! Nick Lindbergh! Limburg! 3 in a row for the Crusaders! It's a 1-goal game with 9:40 to play! Matt Caputo drawing defenders, having somebody fall down with confusion for the Hornets. Able to find the pass to Rooney, then to Limburg, and Limburg finds the top of the net to get this back to a 1-goal game with 9:40 to play in the fourth quarter. Lots of time to go. Here's a whistle. Possession to LuHi. The Hornets trying to do anything in their power to get the ball away from Jack Montagano in the face-off circle. They can't even hold him back from a face-off win. Matt Caputo gets the restart. Here's Limburg to Rooney. To Caputo, he shoots, that goes wide. Limburg gets the restart. Drives hard around the right side of the net. Turns, shoots, shut down by Brodus. The Hornet goaltender able to respond and come up with another big save after allowing 3 past him in the quarter to get this back to a 1-goal game in favor of the Hornets. Here's a timeout. Chris Arnold wants to take a second and get a breather for his Hornets team. They crossed over the midfield line. They'll have possession in the offensive zone. But if you're Michael Riley and the LuHi Crusaders, you have to be happy with this response that they've shown to the adversity that they faced in the third quarter, going down 3 goals, then coming into this fourth quarter, letting up that 4th goal to be down in a big margin. But they have not rolled over. They have not given up. With just under 9 minutes to go in the quarter, they are down 1 goal. And it is anybody's game. With this offensive possession coming up, we're going to look to the LuHi defense that has stood tall so far today. They've gotten big, crucial turnovers. And they've been headed by goaltender Rocco Sergio, senior captain for this team of 3 years. He's going to have to come up with a big save and a big stop to try to get this turnover for LuHi to send them back on the way into their offensive zone to try and get this game knotted at 7. Off the restart. Here's Hackley trying to respond. Ground ball. Vigiani trying to pick it up. Sticks go flying. It's still loose. Scooped up by Ryan Crudis. He goes sprawling to the ground. There's a flag flies. We get the whistle. LuHi going up on the man advantage. They get the turnover. And now they're going to get a chance to tie this game up a man. We're going to get a 30-second man up here as Cliff Chapman takes a push penalty, forcing Ryan Crudis down to the ground. LuHi's going to send out Sam Stewart, Nick Limburg, Matt Caputo, Ryan Banasiski, Charlie Capiabato, and Danny Rooney, the 6 to try to tie this game up at 7. The ball gets worked around. Caputo to Limburg, to Stewart. Capiabato down to Rooney. Rooney shoots. Shot goes wide. Out of play. It's Limburg taking it. He flips to Caputo. With 10 seconds on the man advantage, Matt Caputo walks to his spot. Walks up into the offense. Here's Rooney. Over to Limburg. Rooney on the cut. Bounce shot. Shut down by Brodus. Rebound corralled by Rooney. Here comes Koffler as we're back to even strength. Banasiski being whacked. Caputo with Churchill in front of him. He switches, gets around Crispy, back up here, shoots and scores! Tie game! Matt Caputo would not be denied that time. 7-7. He got around one on the switch, and right in front through the check, Matt Caputo shows up in the biggest moment, and we are tied with 7:50 to go. What a response from the Crusaders. They've come all the way back from down 4 goals. 7-7 face-off about to take place. The biggest guarantee in life, Jack Montagano wins another face-off. Matt Caputo swim moves around the man. Chapman came flying through, trying to take the stick out of his hand. Caputo wouldn't allow it. 7.5 to go. Crusaders with the momentum. 4 unanswered goals to get this back to even. They now look to take the lead on the offensive. Here's Ryan Banasiski looking for daylight. Can't find it. Hands off to Caputo. Banasiski gives the pick. Caputo won't take it. Takes wax from Vincent Crispy. Jump fake on the pass. No one would bite. Caputo sends up to Banasiski. Banasiski gets the clear out. Tries to get space on the right side. Banasiski spins in front, shut down by Brodus in front. Diving save! It's going to be turned over to the Hornets. A diving attempt and save by Mac Brodus as the ball rolled close to the goal line. Wouldn't go. Hornets take over in the LuHi zone. Stick check by Ethan Bramoff. Couldn't face Parker Diaz. Here's Diaz looking for help. Crusaders looking to get all over Diaz. Looking for an option. It's Bramoff and Krutis hot on his case. Thompson steps in. Over to Koffler. In the middle. He looks and backs out. Halfway through the quarter. 6 minutes to play. David Koffler, menacingly waiting at the top, gets through the stick check of Ryan Krutis, drives to the net. Will Santella comes over to help. Ground ball on the pass. Robbie Barrera battling forward. We're going to get a whistle. Elbow, ball possession to LuHi. Big turnover there for the defense. Barrera to Vigiani. They start the road back into the Hackley zone. Vigiani to Santella, he turns it over, chance in front, picked up by Sergio, his pass, bounces, in front, shot, score! John Esposito on the turnover in front, gives Hackley the lead back, it's 8-7 with 5:20 to play. The Crusaders got the turnover, and they tried to escape the zone with quick passing and quick motion, but they may have moved just a bit too quick, and the turnover is capitalized upon on the second chance by John Esposito, captain for this Hornets squad. And with 5:20 to go, Hackley has a lead back. Jack Montagano gets the ball swung. Matt Caputo spins. Falls to the ground. Flag goes flying. Delayed man advantage to LuHi. Hackley takes a penalty. 5 minutes to go. Caputo looking to set up on the left side. He walks down, trying to get around John Churchill. He squares him up. Here's Caputo. Stutter step. Caputo driving. Pass. Shot. Score! Danny Rooney in front. Scores falling down from the pass from Caputo. It may not have been how the Crusaders drew it up, but it's effective nonetheless. It's Crazy Eights with 4:42 to go, tied again. The flag will be waved off against the Hornets, will remain at even strength on the goal from Rooney. His second goal of the game. Coming at another big spot. The big players from LuHi showing up in the big moments. And Jack Montagano has been a sure thing all day, as here's a timeout by Mike O'Reilly to try to get his team ready to possibly take a lead in this fourth quarter. The Crusaders have not led since the first quarter when they opened up a 2-0 lead, and it looked like they would be on their way to possibly another big victory. But defense has been the story all day. Once down 7-3, 4-goal deficit. They've come back, tied it at 7, down 8-7. They've tied it at 8 again. Folks, we have 4.5 minutes to go, and if you haven't already, take a seat, buckle up, get whatever you need. Go to the bathroom now. Do not change the channel. 4.5 minutes of some of the best lacrosse that you will see right here on the LI Sports Network, with one team only emerging victorious. The shots have swung in favor to LuHi. It is 20-17. They've needed that to come all the way back in this game. And it's up for grabs. It's a toss-up. These teams have put on a great showing for us today. And I wouldn't expect anything less than a very fantastic ending to this New York State Association of Independent Schools Boys Lacrosse Championship. Out of the timeout, it's Matt Caputo. Has a big goal today, finishing off that 4-goal comeback for the Crusaders. Here's Ryan Crudis. He has a goal today as well. He drives, gets it to Caputo. Caputo working through stick slashes, gets it over. Shot from Stewart, shut down. Goes high and, wide. Possession remaining with LuHi. Danny Rooney. Rooney to Lindbergh. To Stewart. Sam Stewart high up top. Sends near side to Caputo. Stewart to Lindbergh, to Rooney. Rooney surveys, decides to go back to Lindbergh, up to Stewart. Here's Crudis. LuHi looking for a good shot. Crudis sends one wide. Good look there, top right for the Crusaders, Ryan Crudis. That goes flying. Couldn't find the net, just wide of Mac Brodus. Mac Caputo looking to get around. He sends a shot high and wide. Danny Rooney with the hustle and the reach. It's going to remain LuHi ball. Ref rolls Rooney a ball. 3.5 to go. Rooney to Crudis. Crudis spins out. Gets over the pick from Stewart. Crudis trying to work through hard pressure. There's a shot that goes wide. Jason Berger providing that airtight defense on Ryan Crudis. Crudis still able to possibly get a shot off. Good look. Here's Stewart from Rooney. Stewart stutters, gets around, looks for his shot. Can't find it. Stewart, Lindbergh at the top. Over to Crudis. Crudis, double teamed, drives around to the middle, shoots. Shut down by Brodus, it's loose in front, and he's able to corral it as we pass 3 minutes. Brodus wasn't sure where it was. With some help from teammates, he was able to locate it. Here comes Hackley the other way. Brodus wandering. able to loft the pass into the LuHi zone. Hackley on the attack. 2.5 minutes to go. Sam Stewart throws a hard hit. Hackley getting their personnel. Stewart tight on Churchill. Churchill spinning, wandering, swinging the pass. Goldman, as Chris Arnold screaming desperately for a timeout with 2:11 to play in this fourth quarter. He's going to get it. We're going to take a break. And these teams are going to try to game plan for these last 2 minutes. Folks, while we have the chance in this hectic and amazing championship lacrosse game, I'd like to take 1 second to thank our sponsor, Harbor Seafood, for sponsoring this Long Island Lutheran High School boys lacrosse game on the LI Sports Network. If you would like to purchase some really good seafood, visit shopharborseafood.com and make your selection. Two minutes separates one team from a trophy. I would like to thank every single one of you watching for joining us here on the LI Sports Network. From Manhattanville College in Purchase, New York. Long Island Lutheran 8. Hackley 8. The students section on their feet, trying to will their team to a victory. Shots in favor of LuHi, 21-17. Ball will be placed in John Esposito's stick, and we are underway. The Hornets looking to execute on what they drew up coming out of the timeout. Looking to take back a 1-goal lead that LuHi has worked so hard to come back from. Vigiani opposing Koffler. Koffler content with burning clock. Trying to hold for a late second heroic shot. Koffler high pass to Goldman. He's able to bring it in. Goldman over to Thompson. There's a low pass for Diaz. Up to Esposito. The clock ticks down. Diaz. Thompson thinks about it. Says no. Here comes Barrera to oppose him. Thompson, we approach a minute. 1 minute to go in the game. Diaz to Thompson. Back up to Diaz. LuHi trying to hold on. Koffler. In a nail biter. Here's Koffler walking in over to Thompson. Down to Chapman. Esposito. Esposito up to Diaz. Whistle. Change of possession to LuHi. There was an error with the game clock. It proceeded to run for just about too long, and they're going to put more time on the clock. We will get that to you as soon as it is set. Confusion here on the field. John Vigiani raring to go, but the clock is not ready. Trying to sort their way through it. All right. The clock has been set. It is at 31 seconds. 30 seconds for the Crusaders to draw something up as they go into the timeout. Mike O'Reilly is going to come up with a plan to try and get his team a late second heroic goal on what could be one of the more dramatic games and victories that we've seen. I'd like to remind everybody that we have seen a last-second goal victory, but it was not in LuHi's favor. It was the Half Hollow Hills Hornets, so they're looking to reverse their fortunes here today. But, folks, what I am saying is it's possible. Anything is possible. This is sports. In 30 seconds, we could possibly know who the champion of this game and of this tournament and of this season is going to be. And this game has been nothing short of spectacular. Hackley breaks their huddle. They send out their defensive alignment. They are ready to go. Mac Brodus has stood tall in the net for them all day. He looks to come up with possibly one more save in these last 30 seconds. Crusaders come out of their huddle. They send Ryan Benasiski, Danny Rooney, Charlie Caputo, Sam Stewart, Ryan Crudis, Nick Lindberg, Robbie Barrera, Will Santella, Rocco Sergio, and last but not least, their main man, Matt Caputo, to the field. The ref blows his whistle. We are underway, 30 seconds. Here's Caputo throwing his shoulder, getting over the line, sprinting. The ref rules he stepped out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover as Caputo is trying to drive hard on the sideline to get into the Hackley zone. Could not do so successfully. Hornets ball. 20 seconds to play. Here comes Hackley. Esposito, high pass, errantly, rolls to the sideline, out of bounds. 13 seconds to play, turnover to LuHi. Fourth turnover of the quarter proves to be a super crucial one here, as here comes John Vigiani with 10 seconds to play. Vigiani slicing through defenders, pass, bomb up, 3, 2, 1. One last Hail Mary chance. Will not go. We are going to go to sudden death overtime. Folks, if you could not want any more out of a championship winner-take-all game, how does overtime sound? This game has been nothing short of very dramatic, and we're going to have 4 minutes to play and decide a winner for this championship. Matt Caputo and Parker Diaz are sent out to midfield, discussing with the referees the rules of overtime. Folks, I hope you've thoroughly enjoyed the first 48 minutes, and they just were not enough. We have a coin toss to decide sides. Mike O'Reilly wants to have one last word with his team before sending them off into this overtime period. Banasiski, Caputo, O'Toole, Rooney, Stewart, Caputo, Barrera, Santella, Sergio, and Montagano to take the face-off. The energy is high. It's remained high all day. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, but it's been nothing short of a great show. Jack Montagano wins another face-off. Montagano sends a wild pass We're going to get a whistle, some confusion, and it's going to be a timeout to the Crusaders. Mike O'Reilly choosing to take that timeout, hold possession, and just 10 seconds elapsed. Jack Montagano winning that crucial face-off, getting that possession. And as the temperature drops here, the heat is beginning to rise. The sun is setting. But the intensity is picking up. Three minutes, 50 seconds are all that separate us from hopefully declaring a champion. LuHi sends out the same lineup. Matt Caputo is going to start with the ball. The future Ohio State Buckeye looking to try and guide his team to a championship. He's been such a crucial and major part of this team all season. Caputo walks into the box and gets the time. It's Crudis to Stewart, back to Crudis. Who's it going to be? Crudis looks, back to Stewart. Sam Stewart, up top, just scores! Sam Stewart in overtime scores! And the LuHi Crusaders have won it all! Mike O'Reilly gets the Gatorade bath, and the Crusaders are champions of the NYSAIS tournament! Unbelievable! Big players in big moments, and Sam Stewart chose no moment bigger than overtime of the championship game to score his first goal of the game and win it for LuHi. Unbelievable! The Crusaders looking for a shot. Stewart gets that daylight, rips that laser shot. High past Brodus, who was so brilliant in net all day for the Hornets. And 25 seconds into overtime, the Crusaders rejoice and capture that first championship that they have worked so hard to get. Four years of head coach Mike O'Reilly finally paying off, culminating in that super refreshing, super cold Gatorade dump. Players embrace on the field. And it's just sheer joy and elation for the LuHi Crusaders. The teams will shake hands in what was a fantastic championship game. And I would like to take a second to tip my hat to the Hackley Hornets, who put on a fabulous show for us here today. Nothing short of fantastic. One of the better efforts that we have seen this year on the LI Sports Network. There were highs, there were lows. There was plenty of drama. And in the end, the big guns for LuHi were able to come through in the most crucial of moments. And that man right there, Sam Stewart, caps it all off as he gets a hug from teammate Ryan Banasiski. Stewart, one of the captains of this team. Coming up in the biggest moment, sophomore, sure to return. Robbie Barrera came up with big defensive stops for this team to help deny the Hornets chances and goals. He embraces with his pup. And the celebration is on. Trophy presentations are coming up shortly. And we're going to stay right here at Manhattanville College on the LI Sports Network to bring you those trophy presentations. Congratulations to the Long Island Lutheran High School Crusaders.
I'd like to congratulate both teams. That was a true championship decided in overtime. And now the awards for the two teams will be presented. Carmine Giordino, the postseason coordinator for the NYSAIS Association, will give out the individual plaques to each member. When your name is called, please come forward. First for the Hackley School, Nate Peterson. Chris Chapman. Captain John Esposito. Zachary Berger. Jason Berger. Sam Rotenberg. Captain Parker Diaz. Captain Jack Meyer. Matt Brodus. Matt Wyman. Lucas Scaramatica. Jeffrey Wang. Vincent Trixie. Diego Allen. Captain David Koffler. Jacob Wade. Will Rayo. James Goldman. Jackson Faber. Liam Abraham. Remy Becker. Will Mayer. John Churchill. Elliot Peterson. And Ryan Thompson. I would like to ask the captain of the Hackley School team to please come forward and accept the team's runner-up trophy. And now for our NYSAIS champions, Long Island Lutheran. The players, Robbie Barrera, Danny Rooney, Logan Barbarino, John Viviani, Ryan Benesicki, Charlie Caputo, Michael Meyerhofer, Jack McGuire, Jimmy Rather, Ethan Granoff, Captain Sam Stewart, Captain Matthew Caputo, Jack Matagano, Caleb Mann, Isaac Contreras, George Madlios, Ryan Crudis, Captain Will Santella, Will O'Toole, Captain Rocco Sergio, Justice Bud Gregory, Ray Arias, Nick Lindbergh, Ethan Essenville, Joseph Cruz, and Ethan Linson. Congratulations to both teams on a great win, and we wish you all Will the captains of the Long Island Lutheran team please come forward to accept their championship plaque?
The trophies have been presented to both teams, the Hackley Hornets, who once again, congratulations on a fantastic season to them. And they've been presented to the Long Island Lutheran High School Crusaders, champions of the boys varsity lacrosse division. And with that, folks, we are going to sign off. We thank you so much for watching, everyone that joined us today. Thank you for watching this presentation of Long Island Lutheran High School boys lacrosse on the LI Sports Network. For the LI Sports Network, I am Dylan Flynn. I thank you so much for joining us. We hope to see you next season. Thank you to everybody that made this possible, and we hope you have a fantastic summer. Have a great night, everybody.